Well, maybe you were too muscle bound when you worked out for John Gruden coming out of Notre Dame. I remember you telling us the story. This is like 5 years
Yeah,
ago, but
yeah.
he thought you were too muscle bound.
He was very enamored with my traps at that point, which I'm not sure. I'm
Wait,
not sure why.
did you
I
did
mean,
he did
I've
he
never felt
verbalize
more
that?
uncomfortable.
Did he say,
Well, yeah,
"Hey"?
he had a laser pointer. We had a laser pointer, so he was up there, and we were going through it, and he was like pointing it out. And the weird thing was, is like I obviously see myself without a shirt on often, but I never felt more awkward or uncomfortable sitting in that moment while he's like using the laser pointer to point out
Wait,
your
you got your
traps and your
wait?
pecs.
He's got a picture of you with your shirt off.
It was from the combine,
Yeah,
so you go up there in your skivvies, and they take a photo of you, which like Tom Brady's is probably the most famous, like
yeah,
everyone's seen.
yeah.
And the one of me, at that point, I obviously worked out hard. I got two parents who have got great genetics, so it comes maybe a little easier for me. But he's pointing all this stuff out. He's like, I don't need a guy who looks like this and all this stuff. And then, he showed another quarterback who tended to be a little heavier set. He's like, I don't want this either. And then he showed another quarterback. He's like, I want this guy. This guy looks like I can go out and have a beer with him. And I was just like, all right, like, I'm not sure what you want me to say to this. So, I mean, we want to go grab a beer now, or like, look, we're going to go work. Like, what are we doing? So,
Who were those other two quarterbacks?
Jamarcus Russell was the other one, who obviously, I trained with Jamarcus pre-draft. And, I'll tell you this much. I mean, he was uber talented. You look at Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, all the arms, strong arms. I've never seen an arm like his. Like, I remember it was me and him who went in the first round, and I was watching him throw, and I was like, well, good God, he's going to go before me. I don't have the ability to throw a ball like that.
Yeah.
But he was, he didn't work out very hard. I mean, I was there often. And trust me, if he would have been there, I would have seen him. And I very rarely ever saw him there in preparation for all of that. But he was the one quarterback. And then Charlie Fry was the other quarterback.
And didn't
he showed a picture of.
Gruden draft Charlie Fry?
I can't recall if he well, I don't know. Charlie got drafted to Cleveland, but Bruce Gronkowski. So Bruce Gronkowski was on. So this was all like a film, like we were watching like a cut up he had, and it opened up with like him showing some cheerleaders or dancing, and so I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then he had like a cheetah that was like jumping on a gazelle and like tearing it apart, and I was like, "All right, that's kind of cool." Still don't know what this has to do with football. And then he kind of went through the whole combine photos, and then he started showing he showed some bad plays of like Bruce Gronkowski and like, what we'd be looking at here and all this stuff. And this is what I need. And then he started going through like the college tape, but it was like, he was famous for that. He's famous for the film sessions, all the cut ups. So, but that was back when he was the head coach at Tampa.
Like, your head has to be spinning. Like, you're thinking, wait, what am I getting myself? Like, what does he think I'm any good?
Well, I mean, he talks you up. Like, we were out there because then he brought in two wide receivers, and then I had a wide receiver and running back who were catching for me for that workout. And so he would talk you up, and he was the whole time doing drills, and he was a ton of fun to work with. But, and after he kind of puts your arm around, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to come up and draft you. We're going to come get you," and all this stuff. And you don't know, you've never been through it before. So, the cynic in me is like, yeah, okay, like we'll see when that day comes. But the other side of me, like, how cool would that be? You get to play for this guy every single day. And obviously with everything that's come out of late, it's sad to see that behind closed doors, that's how he's talked, or that's how he was handling things. But again, I mean, that whole experience was just, I guess, head spinning was the best way to put it.